Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of ADHDan. I'm going to talk about 5 things that happens every fucking Christmas in restaurants because I just have to let it out. I've got to get it out. Number 1, people booking late. Why? It's the same time every year. Christmas is the same time every year, and so the surrounding weeks of Christmas are, surprise, surprise, the same time every fucking year. Every year it's the same time. I love the people obviously who book like in March and so on. You think, wow, that's a bit ahead of time, but you understand why they do it. If you are booking a table in December at the end of November, why are you getting mad? Why are you getting upset about that? Why are you stressed about the fact that we can't accommodate you for the busiest time of the year 2 weeks beforehand? At your only desired time. Like, we'll try and offer you another time and you're still like, no, we only need that one day. It's like, well, then you probably should have thought about that because that's like the busiest day of the fucking year. Why did you decide that now you wanted to do this? It's a 5-minute phone call that you can make in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and then you pick the month fucking before when shit's already happening, when stuff is already going on, and you get somehow that's managed to be a real big inconvenience for you. I'm really sorry, but stop booking late. Like, stop it. Just call up in September, call up in October, call up any other month in the year, any of them. You can call up in November and book for next year, maybe. Don't call up on November of the year you want to book your Christmas party expecting a table, because I'm sorry, man, that's just, really wishful thinking, especially then when you get mad, because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure it's like your birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, New Year's. It's the same day every year. So what, was this sprung on you suddenly? Did you leave your house one day and saw Christmas lights and went, oh shit, Christmas. Oh, is it November already? Wow, I didn't even, where's the time gone? No, darling, no, stop. You stop now. Number 2, people turning up late. Now, this might not seem such a big deal, I guess, to some people, because, they're just thinking, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, it's fine, no worries. This is a huge problem. If you imagine that there's your table, right, of 10 people, let's say, but it's Christmas time, so obviously we're probably going to have another 10 people booked after you, and we've allocated a certain amount of time for you to sit down, eat, and then, not to be rude, but get out. Then there's a table after that. Right? If you're late by 10 minutes, we've had to plan this, right? We have to plan to make sure that you are in and out in a certain amount of time. You're late by 10 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes. You're already forcing us to push. So we're going to be forcing you to push. We're going to be rushing you along. That doesn't sound like the most exciting and relaxing and cool dining experience for Christmas time. Because we're just basically eat up, come on, go, quickly, you were late, come on, hurry up. And then again, don't be upset when it comes to the end of the meal and we come over and we're like, you gotta go. Obviously, we'll say it better than that, but, I'm not working right now. I'm off shift, so you gotta go. Sorry, there's people at the bar waiting for this table, and we need to clear it, relay it, and get it ready for them so that we can do exactly the same thing, because then we have to clear it and relay it for the next group of people coming in. You have to go. You've got to get out. And it's incredible how people don't understand this. I actually had one instance of doing that with a party, and they said, this is so annoying, because last time we ate here, we had to wait for the table who were late leaving, so why should we have to leave on time? Don't, please. I mean, at least call or something. Maybe book the table later in the day. I've just not half. Book the table later, just try and accommodate, because the idea is when you book the table is not for when you arrive that time, that's for when you're sitting down. That is literally for when you're supposed to sit your ass on the chairs, not for when you turn up and then decide to have a drink, chill out, catch up on the last 24 hours, because obviously you've not seen him for ages or whatever. Just sit down. That's when you're supposed to sit down. So the booking is at that time when you sit down. So ideally you turn up maybe half an hour early and then get your drinks in and catch up then, because when that time comes, food's arriving. Sit down. That's it. Please stop turning up late, or at least let us know that you're going to turn up late. That'd be cool. That'd be great. Also, another thing, actually, some restaurants do this. If you are a certain amount of time late and we don't hear from you, your table's gone. Your table is gone, because we'll have people coming into the restaurant looking for tables, looking to give us money, basically. So why would we want to hold on to a table that might actually not give us anything when we've got people right here, you can reach out and touch them, who are ready to sit down, eat, enjoy a meal, and pay us money. So again, just don't, be careful, because either you lose your table or you're just going to have a rush meal and then you're left with indigestion, and no one wants that. Number 3, people wasting time. Every year The people wasting time. And when I say this, I mean, there's a difference between trying to get things organized, right? If you have something in your party that you want to get sorted out, like say gluten-free problem or dairy-free or vegetarian or vegan, something like that, and you want to discuss it, fine, we'll do that, because obviously you want to accommodate for your party. We want to make sure that every single person is given the meal and the service that they deserve. So of course that's different. Wasting time, right, is coming into the restaurant and deciding to have like a chat about some nonsense. Not small talk, hi, how are you, da-da-da, that's nice, that's fine. But if you come into the restaurant, say you ask for a table, can I have a table 2 please, and it doesn't look that busy at the time, and the person at the host stand says, I'm really sorry, we don't have any space for a table of 2. Please, for the love of God, do not start going, but what about that table? What about that table? There's a table over there. Are you kidding me? Really? There's no room. Don't. Just take that information and go somewhere else. Like, we're not going to be upset that you decided to go somewhere else. You know, it's not the end of the world. We're fully booked. We couldn't sit anyone. So it's not that bad. Don't start going, oh, what about this table? Like we didn't think of it. Like we didn't suddenly turn around and go, holy shit, I didn't know about that table. Fucking look at that. Hey, look, it's just come out of nowhere. Well done. Good observation skills. I've been working here for like 3 years. You've rocked in 5 seconds. You spotted a table I've never seen before. Well done. Good for you. Excellent work. Just sit down. Go for it, buddy. No. If a host says, no, we don't have any space, we don't have any space. Okay? That's basically what it is. All right? If they really wanted to sit you down, they would. They'd sit you down and say, you have 1 hour to eat. And after that, you've got to go. They'll sit you down. Trust me, they'll sit you down. But if they don't have the space, they genuinely don't have the space. Don't waste time standing at the door being like, oh, but what about the table over there? No. What about that table over there? No. What about, you know, there's one over there, like, no! Like, it's not, no, just stop it. Please stop it. Another thing that happens, actually, is Christmas time is very busy. So it's kind of hard to answer the phones a lot of the time. It is, because everyone in the building is sorting out what's going on in the building. Obviously, we've got to get the pre-orders right. We've got to get the deposits organised. We've got to get the tables together. We've got to decorate the tables. We've got to make sure that everything is ready for Christmas service, while we're also running service. So there's regular service going on in the restaurant while we're also trying to move tables, get the decorations on, do the deposits, sort out the table plan, da-da-da-da, and then the phone's ringing all the time. Now, I know that's actually really annoying. You want to get through, you want to give us information, you want to book a table, you want to try something, that's fine. I know that's frustrating. It is frustrating. But it's, at the same time, it's just like, that's unfortunately just something that won't happen. If you get through, you get through, great. It's really, really, really difficult to get to the phone to find out that someone's trying to book a table, like, oh, can I have a table for 2 please, on Saturday night at 7:30 in a quiet corner, please. Get the fuck out. No, that's not gonna happen, please. Nah, it's not. No, it then starts to feel like it is again just kind of like, you know what, we've got people that are coming in, we've got people that we have arriving in the restaurant and so on. Let's just deal with that. Let's just make sure that service runs well, because it's all very well answering the phones, getting bookings in, and blah 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 blah. But ultimately, we have custom coming in. We got to deal with them. We have to deal with them. It's all very well trying to get more people in, but if we're not ready for the people already coming in, I mean, we're not going to do very well, are we? Again, then when that happens and you come into the restaurant, don't start complaining to the host person about the fact that they're not answering the phones, because to be honest, the host probably wasn't there all day. They probably didn't know anything about this. Also, again, you're wasting time. Come in, sit down, eat. You're there, you arrived, you're in the building, like you made it. Well done, good. That's it, that's fine. It can be frustrating maybe if you don't get a table and you try to book one, sure. But this is it, this is Christmas time, you know. Again, even if you're a table 2, maybe book earlier, you know, maybe think, I wonder where I'd like to go in Christmas time. And it would be anywhere. I want to go here or here or here, but call them up, book the tables in, get them in early, you know, just call them out, book them in. Because the last thing that anyone wants really is for you to turn up into a restaurant at Friday night, 7:30 on the fucking like 18th of December, as you regularly do every other Friday of the year, just thinking, I'll just go for a quick meal at so-and-so's. And of course the restaurant's full, you can't get a table. And you know, that's it. That's kind of like, oh. And of course it's frustrating because that's your routine, right? That's where you are, that's where you live, that's in your system. You're like, yeah, we're gonna go have a meal at so-and-so's. I can't wait. It's Christmas time. You book, for the love of God, book every Friday night from like middle of November on in September. Book it all, and then you can have your table. You can have it, and it's yours. But don't waste time, please, for the love of God. Like, no one has any time to waste. Even you, to be fair. There's no point. Number 4. Now, this leads really nicely on from number 3, where people seem to come into a restaurant in the middle of Christmas and think it's like July or something. They seem to think like it's just the same old time of year. Everything's fan-dabby-dozy, and they're going to get the same menus, same experience, same table, and same everything. And that's just not going to happen. Like, if it does, then it's kind of a good luck thing. These things are luck. basically, when this happens. It's absolute luck. Christmas time, it's balls to wall busy. We got people everywhere. Like, in some restaurants, you can have up to 300 people on one party table. Sometimes maybe the restaurant can't accommodate that, but the restaurant is full of one table. And so you can't just rock up and just expect everything to be the way it usually is. It just can't happen that way. I've had to deal with, in the history of restaurants, I've had to deal with people at Christmas time who come in December and they're like, but I usually get this table. And it's a table that's slapped in between about 10 other tables of a party that we're serving at that point. And you're literally looking at them like, what do you want me to do? Do you actually want me to rip the table from the party, put it where you usually have it, which right now would be on top of someone's fucking head, and then sit you down there so you can have your regular ass meal that you had like last year, year before that, year before that? Do you want me to do that? Because that's what you're suggesting I should do by saying, oh, but we usually have that table. I'm sure you're disappointed, but it's also, again, I have to keep saying this, it's Christmas. So at Christmas time, things aren't going to work the same way we usually do. Oh, we usually run the lunchtime menu. Why not anymore? Because it's Christmas time. The chefs don't want an extra menu to have to fucking prepare. The busiest time of the year. Do you think they want to have 3 different menus running, all with about 20 different items on them? Do you think that sounds like a good time? No, it doesn't sound like a good time. No. If they're honest, if any restaurants honestly try to do that, Godspeed. Like, luck to you, go for it, try it. But I can't see anything but chaos coming out of that scenario. Like, you have to trim down the menus. In order to make sure that the kitchen aren't overworked and exhausted so they don't keep making more mistakes, and so that service can remain as streamlined and efficient as possible. So yeah, we won't serve the lunchtime set menu during Christmas time. We won't do your regular doodah blah blah blah, unless of course it's not that busy. But genuinely, like, it's not July anymore. It's December. It is December, the end of the fucking year, where everything's going off. Everyone's spending the money. Everyone's shopping. Everyone's eating. Everyone is having their work party or their family party or something. Everyone. So unfortunately, we have to accommodate for that, and unfortunately that comes at the sacrifice of you not getting your regular shit, unless of course, ta-da, you book early. Number five, the people who do everything right. You are the angels that sing and dance around my head when I go to bed at night, and I just think, what the fuck was that day? You're the guys who play the harps and just like twinkle me into bed, because I think about you and I'm like, oh, I love you so much. You do everything right. You book on time, you pay the deposit on time, which means you probably get your little early deposit promotion or whatever, you know, and then you turn up half an hour early and everyone turns up at the same time, and you come to the host stand, you're like, we're ready to sit down now. I think it's about 5:02. You're like, yeah, good, come on, let's sit down. You sit down. Maybe the organizer has their own pre-order list as well, so they know what's going on. We don't need it because everything's working fine. Everyone's enjoying themselves, and we organize everything beforehand. So even before you've come into the restaurant, you know, you've organized how you want the table plan to be, where you want people to sit. You know, maybe you've pre-ordered your drinks as well, which makes it a lot easier for us, so we're not going around 40 people trying to get a drinks order in. You've gone, no, we're going to have this bottle of wine, that bottle of wine, and we're going to have 10 of each. Done. Simple. So we can get everything ready. You've come in multiple times, you called us multiple times early to say, oh, this person's cancelled, there's going to be this many of us now, and then you eat and you sit and you enjoy yourself, you stay, everything's going great, everything's fine, you get the bill, pay, you probably leave a tip for the waiter because you're good people like that. Maybe even you chill, and we come over and we're like, I'm really sorry, the table's booked in like half an hour, so you got like 15 minutes and then you'd have to leave, and they're like, okay, no problem. And then 15 minutes later, you get your coat and you go and enjoy the rest of your Christmas. You fucking golden. You are my, I wish I could package you into a person and marry you, because you are, if every table worked like you, Christmas time would be so much less stressful. It would be just the most beautiful time of year, because it would just be clockwork, just fucking clockwork. Boom, 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 bish, bash, bosh. It'd be beautiful. That is something that happens every year where you get, I mean, honestly, it's a surprising number of people who do this, and they're just magnificent. They're absolutely magnificent. I've set a few tables like that already this Christmas, and you guys, mwah, mwah, I love you, darling. You're so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's not like you're in complete control or we're in complete control, but you understand that there's a mutual responsibility of getting this shit sorted. We want you to have your food, we want you to have a good time, we want your service to be efficient, we want nothing to go wrong. You want the same things, we want the same things. So we talk about it, we deal with it, but we deal with it when it's a good time, when we have availability of time, when we have the time to talk about it, and when you then can get it sorted early so you don't have to worry about it in November. Like, we get people calling up being like, I need a table for 10 on Saturday night, can you do this? Like, no, of course we fucking can't, mate, that's in 2 days, what's wrong with you? This video is about you. This whole world is about you. Everything is about you. It's just magnificent. I love you guys. So that is number 5, and those are the 5 things that happen every year in Christmas. Every year. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have. If you want to see more, you know what to do. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.